So I am back with, first of all, I didn't even know I watched episode 2 and 3 at once. So I really didn't do a review on episode 2. And I want to go back and review a couple of scenes in episode 2 that I feel like are important for us if we are following along with these storylines. Okay, that's number one. We're going to go back. But number two, I want to point out before I get into this review is that when I call these women old, ugly hags, okay, I am not speaking on their physical appearance. They are all beautiful, okay? And they are all mentally smart in, possibly one way, but not the other. You feel me? I am speaking on their spirits, their energy, their spirits, even through the screen, gives ugly old hags. Or should I say, ugly old wags. Okay, let's get into it. Going back. Episode 2 opens up with MJ and Stoney riding in the car, and MJ basically telling Stoney that her and Sherelle need to make up, and she doesn't like being in the middle of it. Okay, I can sympathize with MJ because I feel like I'm always in the middle of all my cast members because I'm cool with all my cast members, and when they get into it, it's kind of awkward. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't in it, but I'm in it in a sense because I'm cool with everybody, so everybody looking at me and I'm looking at them. The best thing you could do is just let everybody know the root of it all and hold them accountable for everything that they've done wrong. You know what I'm saying? And whatever they do with that, that's on them. Okay? So I feel like, I respect MJ for letting Sherelle know, like, you are a mean girl. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't just keep her mouth shut. And Stoney makes it very clear she doesn't have a problem with Sherelle. And it's like, why would they have a problem with each other if they don't know each other? Okay, it's giving that Sherelle just has a high school bully mentality. Because y'all don't even know each other, Sherelle. You feel me? Why would Stoney have a problem with you? Why do you have a problem with Stoney? Then it gets into brunch with Ashley and Lexi, where Ashley lets Lexi know that she's planning on moving out of the country with her and her husband. They've been talking about it, and she's not sure though because the women in other countries are always chasing after their men, and the men act like they're the prizes over there in those other countries, and she doesn't know if she could get with that. However, Ashley, your friend Sherelle that you be chasing after, that you like a yes ma'am to, she chased after Chad here in America. So Alexis is a 41-year-old divorced woman, mother of 4 children, right? And after the episode with Yes Jules, I kind of look at Lexi different. I thought she had the most sense out of all of them, but it just turns out she's another follower, like another yes ma'am. I don't like that. Anyway, so I guess Alexis is looking to date, and lo and behold, Ashley is right there to set up a date. She has a friend pull up who just so happens to be a football player who licks his lips more than LL Cool J. And I don't know, the vibes between them were kind of forced. It kind of gave like student teacher vibes. I don't know. Did y'all get that, or is it just me? Either way, I could just tell he ain't the one. But I don't know. I wouldn't put nothing past Lexi no more. Because clearly, we can't. I don't know. I just felt like it was important to go back and review those 2 scenes in episode 2. Because I feel like later on down the line, they will some way, somehow be important. So basically, Stoney has no problem with Sherelle. MJ doesn't like being in the middle. And Ashley says she's been with her man so long, she's living through her friend's dating life. I mean, if everything is happy at home, why would you be happy to be living through your friend's dating life? I mean, I don't know, but I just felt like those were important. Now we're on episode 4, and it opens up with Sade and Sherelle meeting, which Sade shows up an hour and a half late, and I'm like, yes, bitch, make Sherelle mean ass wait. Okay, and of course, Sherelle didn't like that, but oh well. Anywho, they get to talking, and I feel like Sherelle was trying to set it up in a way to where she didn't have to apologize, but instead be apologized to by Sade. She talking about, oh, I was frustrated, and you're talking about I was mean, so I retaliated. Miss ma'am, that did not happen like that. Okay, y'all said y'all didn't invite Stoney. Okay, Sade said that's not nice, and then she said, well, maybe y'all are just mean girls. Okay, she didn't say it in a negative way. She just and that was Sherelle's moment to let everybody know what her problem really is with Stoney. But you know what? She doesn't have a valid problem with Stoney. So she just took the low route and just had an attitude and was talking about Stoney and problems that have nothing to do with her. And MJ showed up to the party late and unconsciously backed up Sade by saying, I think you're a mean girl. But, plot twist, Sherelle ends up apologizing, surprisingly. Okay, and I'm just happy Sade stood her ground and didn't apologize first because she didn't need to. The next scene is Portia filling in Keita on the Mother's Day brunch, where Sherelle exposed everything that Keita just told to her in front of everyone, which is what prompted Sade to defend herself and tell her side of the story in front of everyone. Now, I know I've already mentioned that I like Keita, okay? And I like Keita even more after this scene because of the simple fact that when Portia revealed to her that Sade just told her whole side of the story in front of everyone, she didn't get all negative or anything like, no, she kept it cute, you know what I'm saying, kept it moving and dismissed the situation because realistically, it's not that important. I just hope that Keita and Sade can have a sit down and move past this. Next, we get into Ashley and her man because Ashley is setting up a glamping brunch at her house for all the girls. And, her husband comes out and he's like, is that a Barbie house? And she's like, no, it's a glamping tent. Almost like she was offended. And there was a couple more moments in such a short time span that she got real defensive with him. And I don't know if y'all caught that or if it was just me. I don't know, but it was very much giving that house is not a happy home. Anyways, like I said, Ashley was setting up for a glamping trip for the girls, so they all come over, and everybody is like trying to make Sade drink. Sade already revealed that she had a traumatizing moment with drinking and she doesn't want to drink. So with a normal group of women, they would just be more considerate or not try to make her drink or be like, hey, what happened? What happened? They were not concerned. They were just, these nosy group of women just like, are you pregnant? Oh, she pregnant. Like just automatically putting pregnancy on her. Disregarding the fact that this girl just said she had a moment where she blacked out on liquor and that's why she didn't want to drink. In her white screen, Sade reveals that these women feel as if she's guarded around them. Rightfully so, okay? If you have any personal information, personal details, special moments, this is not the group of women that you reveal that to, okay? So if Sade just so happens to be pregnant outside of the fact that she just had a traumatizing moment where she blacked out on liquor, I wouldn't reveal it to these women either. Okay, moving right along. Then Keita walks in. So now I'm like, oh, Keita just walked in. Sade and Keita about to have a talk about what just happened. So now I'm all the way tuned in. But then in the next clip, I see them sitting right next to each other at the table. So I'm like, you know what? This conversation might go pretty well. Like, I'm rooting for the conversation to go pretty well. But, it'll be very entertaining if it goes left. So now I'm sitting on the end of the couch. But now Stoney walks in, bitch, and I fall off the couch because now I'm all the way tuned in. So, all the ladies is at brunch, having brunch, they toasting and everything. Though Sherelle do her white screen. And she's like, the whole Yes Jules putting her hands on a black woman kind of brought me and Stoney together. Just when I thought I could give you a chance, I thought you was finna say some real shit and say, my apologies. Anywho, they start playing this game where everybody's asking questions and they answer the questions. So Stoney asks everyone, do they get along with their sister wives, baby mama wives, meaning the other baby mamas of their celebrity ex-husbands, boyfriends, baby daddies. Then Stoney says that, she gets along with all of her baby daddies, baby mamas, except one. And, she threw a little shade, and that's what women do towards each other, the other baby mamas, the ex-wives, all that stuff. That's what women do. But then she does like but I'm number one, and does a celebratory dance like. So this might be the only time that I could say that I liked Ashley. Ashley said, so what? You think you better than everyone else because you're number one? Child, I almost spit out my drink and I didn't even have a drink. So now the moment that I've been waiting on is the moment with Sade and Keita. And Ashley brings it up to Sade and she's just real negative with it or whatever. And Sade pipes her down expeditiously. Okay, so I really don't want this conversation with Sade and Keita to go left, but you just never know. You know what I'm saying? And then Ashley, in the midst of the conversation, asks Sade, so you don't feel like you were wrong at all telling them they can't shoot inside in the middle of a blizzard? So I'm like, wait, a whole blizzard? It was a blizzard outside? So y'all mean to tell me Keita didn't get confirmation from another group of women who also put money up for this suite for her to be able to film in the middle? It's a blizzard outside and you want to film and you didn't get no confirmation? That, is it me or was that dumb? In the midst of the conversation as well, Sade reveals that I have the group chat. You can see the group chat. I'll let you see that I wasn't the only one, or I wasn't the main one who was saying no, that you cannot film in the suite during a blizzard. I wanted to see the group chat, but apparently Keita didn't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? And it looked like Keita wanted to say more, and I feel like she should have said more during the conversation. And the way the vibe of the conversation was going, it was like Keita she was just like over it. It's not that serious, and I feel her, but I was feeling the way Ashley was looking like. Like, I get it, you know, and I want them to be cool. So I'm glad they just left it alone, leave it where it's at. Whatever, we'll agree to disagree, we'll agree to agree, whatever it is, keep it moving. I just better not hear about this situation no more. Then we get into a scene with Sherelle and Chad trying premarital therapy. And I kind of related to Sherelle on her stance of feeling scared to be codependent on someone or bringing past trauma into her relationship, you know. And this scene really made me be like, oh, Sherelle, you do have a heart. You might be human, you know. I don't want to say that, but this scene made me say that. The last scene is Yes Jules pulling up on Stoney. And I thought they were going to talk about Yes Jules telling her part or how she felt about what happened at Victory. But instead, it's Stoney talking about Sherelle, she was just at a glamping trip with doing toast and stuff. So now I'm like, well, maybe this scene was shot before they made up. But then I'm like, they really didn't make up, because Sherelle was the one that was like, I'm going to just go on ahead and give her another chance. We never really got clarity from Stoney's side how she's moving forward. So then I'm like, okay, I feel you, Stoney. Okay, keep those secrets to yourself or between you and Yes Jules. You know, you got some tea on her. You ain't gonna reveal it until you need to, even though I feel like all this tea that Stoney revealed in this scene, she should have been told Sherelle. But you know what, in life, it's all about chess, not checkers, and not being able to react off of your emotions. And I feel like Stoney did that very, very well, considering that she knows all this tea about Sherelle and could put it out there, but didn't. Like, Sherelle, the first night with Chad, you went to Okeechobee? Now, I ain't gonna lie. In the midst of them arguing before, when Sherelle tried to put Stoney in her place, thinking that she did, if Stoney would have been like, bitch, you worried about my vagina and where it's been and how much I got paid and what I did with the money. Why you ain't worried about that group chat with the 8 other women that you're in with? Why you ain't worried about how you got by Chad on the first night in Okeechobee? Bitch, that would have had everybody like, oh. I see what Stoney doing. You know what I'm saying? She got way more control over her emotions than I do. Because if it was me, soon as Sherelle started the ish that she started, I would have laid it, aired it all out in front of everybody what I know. You know what I'm saying? But I see what Stoney doing. She holding all the tea back until she can reveal it when it matters. It's chess, not checkers. I feel you. I see what you're doing, sis. Anywho, this episode really had me swaying sides. Like, it was moments where I liked Sherelle, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, she might not be, you know what I'm saying? But I will sway back if I have to.